Welcome all of you to episode 4. In this episode, we are going to discuss how to monitor, measure, and control profitability in logistics business. So, measuring and monitoring and controlling profitability is very important in the business. Let us do this exercise and understand better how we can monitor and measure and control profitability. Let us take a 20 feet sea shipment from Chennai to Dubai. Consider that we have three activities: origin handling, destination handling, and transportation. So, for each of these activities, we have a provision or planned expense and a quote amount. So the provision will be 1000 USD for origin, 1000 USD for destination, and 2000 USD for transportation. And the quote amount will be 1500 for origin, 1500 for destination, and 4000 for transportation. So the planned amount or the planned expense or the provision will be 4000 USD and the quote amount will be 7000 USD. So our expected gross profit will be 7000 minus 4000, 3000 USD. Whenever we are preparing an estimation and sending a quotation to customers, we should have a process like this to understand better, like what is our planned expenses for each of this activity, what will be the quote amount we are going to send to the customer. That way every quotation can be properly prepared with a clear understanding. So this is the process we have to complete it before we are sending the quotation. Let's consider that this particular quotation is accepted by the customer and we book the job. Now the job execution is happening. Accountant is going to raise the invoice. Now, whenever account is going to raise the invoice, we have to make sure that the customer invoice has to be greater or equal to the quote amount. So we should have a mechanism in such a way that we should not allow the accounting team to raise the customer invoice less than or equal to quote amount. So it should be always greater than or equal to the quote amount. The other way, whenever we are booking the vendor invoice, it should be always less than or equal to the planned expense or provisional amount. These processes, if we follow in the estimation team and the accounting team while raising the customer invoice and the vendor invoice, we can make sure that always the GP will be greater than the EGP. This way, we will be able to control the gross profit always equal to expected gross profit or more than that. Some scenarios, we may need to execute a job less than the EGP or even loss. This case, we should give an exception in the process and such kind of job order has to be separately categorized, and in that case, the system and the processes should allow the accounts to book the customer invoice less than the quoted amount and also allow to book the vendor invoice greater than the provisional expenses. So this way, maybe the job will be executed in less than the EGP or someday the job will be executed in loss. But since we given the exception, system will allow to book the job in all two scenarios. So as we discussed, when we are considering the profitability of a job, we have four different kind of categories. Some jobs will be able to execute above the expected gross profit. Some jobs will execute equal to expected gross profit. Some jobs will be execute less than the expected gross profit. Some job will be execute in loss. So these are the four categories are there. If we are following a proper software which supports all these scenarios, we'll be able to find out that for a particular month, the entire job can be categorized into these four categories. Even on an individual job, we can go for the details and identify that which are the activities are fall into these four categories. Even for a particular category of activities, for example, we can say throughout the month, origin charges. What is the execution part? Always origin handling charges will be executed above the EGP or equal to the EGP or less than the EGP or in the loss. This is going to be amazing deep insights in the business, and we can make sure that those activities are which is going less than the EGP or loss. We can make the necessary measures and make sure that we are improving our profitability. This way, this complete process helps the logistics companies to monitor, measure, and control the profitability and grow the logistics business into a different level. Hope this section will be useful to all of you. We will come back to you with another valid section in the next episode. Thank you.